Welcome to Empowerment Echoes, the podcast where voices resonate to transform lives and inspire change. Shanie Salmon Godfrey, award-winning life and business coach, brings stories, insights, and conversations that echo through our lives, sparking growth and productivity. Every episode, we'll dive into the depths of personal development, mental health, and societal shifts, reflecting on experiences that connect us all. Join Empowerment Echo as we amplify voices that need to be heard, sharing wisdom that reverberates long after you've listened. Let's begin our journey together, transforming echoes into empowering waves of change.
Thank you for joining Empowerment Echoes with your host, Shanie Salmon Godfrey. On this episode of Empowerment Echoes, we are going to be talking about the power of daily routines in achieving your goals. We are going to explore the incredible power of daily routines in helping us achieve our goals. Whether you're striving for personal growth, professional success, or spiritual fulfillment, routine can be a game changer. So let's delve into it. All right, so there's 6 things that we're going to be talking about today. The role of routine in achieving your goals, psychological benefits of daily routines, creating your ideal routine. I will give you step-by-step guide on how to do that, common obstacle and how to overcome them. And I'm going to be sharing some stories of transformation by creating those daily routines. And I am going to show you how to put it all together for it to apply to your life. So let's talk about the role of achieving your goal. Think about your daily routine, your daily life. How often do you find yourself caught up in the whirlwind of activities, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like there's never enough time to get everything done? You are not alone, as well as feeling like you're stuck in a rut. Guess what? You're not alone. A well-structured routine, though, can help to be your anchor and provide the stability and direction that you need to focus on what truly matters. Killing those goals, achieving your dreams, right? Developing strong sense of self. Routines simplify decision-making processes. Once you have a routine, you don't have to spend so much time making decisions. You conserve mental energy and create a sense of order. When we follow a routine, we're less likely to be sidetracked by distraction or procrastination. Guess what? It will happen. Procrastination and distraction will pop up in your day, but you have to be ready for those. Instead, we move through our day with purpose, aligning our actions with our long-term goals. Now, let's talk about those psychological benefits of daily routines. Routines aren't just about being productive. They're also have profound psychological benefits. Tons of research. A book that I like is The Atomic Habits, and it talks about setting those routines and how it helps us to be a better version of ourselves. But that's not just a cliche. There is solid research that support how our brain react to when we form routines. Our brain loves consistency. When we engage in regular activity, it reduces stress and anxiety. And anxiety typically comes from the fear of the unknown. We don't know what to expect, so we build up anxiety, create a version of the story of what we can expect, and more than likely we're wrong. As we know what to expect, we can plan accordingly, right? And once we have a game plan, it helps to offset those anxiety. This predictability allows us to feel more in control of our lives and control of our destiny, control of our days, which is very essential for mental health and well-being. Moreover, routine helps reinforce positive habits. By repeating the same actions daily, we create a neural pathway in our brain that makes these behavior automatic over time. Think about automatic responses, right? As much as getting up, walking to the coffee machine, making your coffee, or going to make your smoothie, drinking some water. Because you form a habit of doing that, you can do it half asleep with your eyes half open, right? This is how habits are formed. Imagine the power of having habits that directly contribute to your goals. Waking up early in the morning to exercise, dedicating time each day to learn a new skill, learn a language, or spending quiet moments just journaling or just praying. Creating your ideal routine. So how do we create a routine that supports your goal? You know what? It's all about being intentional and starting small. Yes, all about that. So here's a guide to do that. Clarifying your goals. That's where we start. We're going to start by clarifying those goals. Identify key activities, set a schedule, start small and build gradually, and be flexible to adjust when needed. So I remember years ago I wanted to wake up early in the morning because all the books I read, all the gurus, all of them say, oh, you know what, you want to wake up 5 in the morning. Some say wake up 3, some say wake up 4. You'll crush your goals, you'll be more productivity. And I struggled for what seems like an eternity. For years, I'll get up one day, I'll feel groggy, I'll go back to sleep, and I just balance between it. Or I get up and I'm looking at, okay, now what? I don't feel productive. I'm not trying to start my to-do list so early, and the list just keep replaying in my head, and I struggle with it. Until I got my aha moment, right? Light bulb moment, where I'm like, okay, what am I doing up so early? What's the purpose of being up so early? Then I realized I am busy throughout the day. I have a family, I have a team, I have different things that I need to, attend to. But getting up early in the morning before they do give me that advantage where I can just get my mind moving, get some stuff done without the demand of look at this, approve this, we need that. So that's what those routines help me to do. Once I set clear routines of what am I going to use that time working out, right? Because we always sacrifice our health, and trust me, health is your true wealth. And we're going to talk more about that, and I'm going to share some experience in upcoming episodes, but we're going to talk about clarifying your goals. Once I clarify my goals and I had a routine, this is what I want to do, this is what I need to do to get my day started before everyone else wake up and the demand come at my head, right? And then I find myself being excited to wake up, being more happy, being more rejuvenated, because I had a clear action plan of what I'm going to do, and my time is well spent, right? Identify key activities. That's what I share, right? Once you know your goals, identify key activities that will help you progress. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, key activities might be meal prepping, which I love, by the way, exercising, or practice mindfulness, right? Setting a schedule. Yes, you need one. We can't fly by the seat of our pants. When you do that, that's when things are out of order. That's when you're trying to keep up, and it's like you're trying to keep up with your life, right? And life seem like it's running you over. So set a set schedule. Decide when you'll do these activities. Choose a time that best align with your natural energy level. I'm a night owl. I will more likely take on bigger tasks at night. In the mornings, I don't want to be bothered. That's why I had to develop a morning routine that was so solid that will make me jump up in the morning and force myself to go to sleep a little earlier instead of going to sleep when it's time to wake up, right? Morning routines are powerful for setting the tone for your day, but you can also build routines around other parts of your day too. If you're someone that feels like you're more rejuvenated in the afternoon, maybe you want to save those tasks, build a routine around that, right? When you know that you're at your ideal energy level, when you feel like that Superman and that Superwoman, right? So think about what works for your body. Don't force it. Lean into it, right? Lean into it. Your routine and my routine don't have to be the same. If 3 o'clock in the morning don't work for you and 7 o'clock work for you, then guess what? 7 o'clock is your morning, right? If noon work for you, because you know that you're someone that's going to stay up till 3, 4 in the morning, then that's when your day start, right? Lean into it. Don't force it. Let it happen. All of us have our time when we feel that energy, when we feel all of us is on a set time, right? But we always try to force ourselves in everybody else time frame. Think about it. We go to school, we all have to wake up the same time, go do the same thing, the same routines, and we develop that habit. And when we get older, even though we have control of our time, we're still stuck in that pattern, right? Trying to teach a fish how to climb a tree, pretty much. So start small and build gradually. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to change everything all at once. Start one or 2 small changes and gradually add more as it becomes a habit. Once you see that, okay, getting up in the morning at a set time becomes a second nature for you, then you can say, okay, now that I'm up, then I want to be able to run and do circuit training and all of those things, right? Don't say I'm going to get up this time in the morning, I'm going to train for a marathon, I'm going to journal, all of these new things that your brain and your body's not used to. And then you beat up yourself because you're trying to take on all of these changes all at once. It won't work like that. Build gradually. I remember getting back into running, and I absolutely love running, and things happen over the years, and then I stopped running, and starting back felt like that's the best way I can put it. Everything, the thought of it, everything, just my body and my mind was just at war with each other, right? And I signed up for this app, and the coach on the app, he said, do the run that you can do. He said, if you can't do a 30-minute run, do a 5-minute run. I said, aha, I can do that. I can do 5 minutes. Right now, I only have 5 minutes. That's all my body can do, and that's all my mind can take on is 5 minutes. And I did the 5 minutes, and I remember even the 5 minutes became hard, and I'm like, well, I'm going to do 3 minutes. I'm going to do something. Your goal is to do something. It's not to stop and be stagnant. It's to do something. And I did something. And then I got to 33 minutes and 27 minutes and 45 minutes. And now I just run. I don't look at the clock. My body tells me when I am done. Start small. And I remember beating up myself, feeling like I was so weak. I was so defeated. And all I keep hearing the coach said, you'll get stronger. You just need to feel strong in this moment, whatever that strong look like. You don't need to run fast. You don't need to be out of breath. You just need to feel strong. It doesn't matter how slow you're going. When you finish, you need to feel strong. Be flexible and adjust. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes routines need to be changed. Be open to adjust your routine as needed without feeling guilty or discouraged. Remember those 30-minute runs? If you can't do 30, do 5. Listen, and then when I started to do my upper body and starting to do my lower body and starting to do weights and Pilates, I couldn't do half of push-up. Literally. Lifting the weights, lifting 4 pounds was hard. So hard. And I remember my little guy saying, where these baby weights come from? And he pick it up and he's playing, juggling them. And I'm like, whoa. He's juggling them and I'm struggling to lift them. And I remember the coach said, you will get stronger. Start small and build gradually, right? And I remember watching the workout videos and I'm following along, and the girls, they're killing it. And I'm like, whoo, and I'm trying to keep up. And I'm like, I cannot do that with 10 pounds. I'm going to get 2 pounds and I'm going to do what I can do with 2 pounds, and I will get stronger. I will grow. So that's me being flexible and adjust, right? And your body and your mind is going to fight with each other because you know what your body is capable of, right? You have done it before, or you know you can do it. And when you're not doing it, you want to beat yourself up. Don't. Common obstacles and how to overcome them. Building routine isn't always easy. I already told you my battle, right? And there are common obstacles many of us face. Here are a few challenges and tips to overcome them. Lack of motivation. Boy, I cannot tell you how much time I fall into that category. Disruptions and setback. Boredom and stagnation. And that one, I'm going to share some tips with you on how I learn, what I learned, how running helped me to overcome boredom and stagnation. And I apply that to different parts of my life, even my business. So lack of motivation. On days when you feel your motivation is low, remind yourself of why you started. Remember, keep a journal or vision board. It can help you to stay connected with your goals. That's something that I started to do. I used to use paper planner. I love it. The washi tapes, the 1001 pen, the planner galore. If you see any one of my videos, you'll see what my office looked like, right? You can see it. in different parts of my videos. I'm that girl. But I realized that I lost motivation a lot. And I'm like, why am I losing motivation? I got this. I have all the things. I know how to use them. I've been using them for years. And then it came to me. It no longer work for me and the stage that I am in my life. Here's what I mean. I'm doing more traveling. My life is more busy. I cannot carry the paper planner around with me, but I need my planner throughout the day. I need my notebooks. I need all of those things. Handy dandy iPad that I rarely use. What if I switch to digital planning? How will that change for me? Game changer. Game changer. Okay? Game changer, right? So I started to do digital planning. Guess what? With my iPad. I can take that iPad everywhere with me. I can drop it in my purse. I can drop it in my suitcase. I can take it. I can pop it open anywhere I go, whether I'm in class, whether I'm at the playground with my kid, wherever I am. Even if I do a doctor's appointment, I can jump in my iPad. I can work on some stuff, right? Work on some goals, update some goals. I can plan some stuff. So it was so much easier to use it instead of lugging around my paper planner. And because I made that one simple change, guess what? It restored my motivation. It restored my motivation. And sometimes the motivation comes from the systems that you have no longer work for you, right? As well as disruptions and setbacks. Life happens. We cannot avoid that. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you miss a day of your routine or it gets disrupted by life, guess what? Start again. Start tomorrow. Like you never miss a day. The key is to get back on track as soon as possible. The longer it takes you to get back on track and to reset is the longer it's going to take you to get back on track and reset. Okay? Boredom and stagnation. Switch it up. Whether it's in marriage, whether it's in your kids' routine, whether it's taking them to the park, take them to a different park, change up their routine, maybe take them swimming, take them to the beach, switch it up, right? Once we become bored with something, then we lose motivation, right? So if your routine start feeling monotonous, shake things up. Introduce new activities that align with your goal or try changing the order of your routine to keep things fresh. Remember I told you about running and how that affected me? Okay, so I was running and here come coach again. And you know, sometimes we be mad at our coach because they're telling us what we need to hear and not necessarily what we want to hear. Yeah, and guess what? As a business coach and a life coach and a psychologist, that's my job. My job is to tell you what you don't want to hear, but you need to hear it. So imagine when I have to receive it. Yeah. So coach came on and coach said, listen, you're feeling bored. That's why this run that you used to enjoy feel like a chore. Go to the hill. Change the location. Change the direction. He said you always go clockwise. Go counterclockwise. Doing that, game changer. Go run the beach. Go find a hill. Go run the hill, right? Go run the park. You've been running this park, go run another park. Go run the track. Go run the bleachers. Go run the stairs. Wow. Game changer. Guess what I did too? I threw in a 5K. You know what? That's going to challenge everything within me and it's going to reboost that motivation because now I'm not stagnant and I'm not bored. Now my body have to do something else that it's not used to do, right? And guess what? It feels great at the end. That's growth. When you feel growth, you are motivated to do the work. A lot of times we feel it's not that we're burnt out. We're just not motivated. And we're not motivated because we're stagnant. We're bored. We haven't seen growth changes anything. Even in your business, if there's a product and you feel like you want to change it, try it, tweaking it just a little bit to see how you like it, right? That will reignite the fire and the passion that you have for your brand. Expand, do some collaborative work, challenge yourself. Mankind was made to grow, okay? We were made to grow. And that's what we need to do. Okay, I promise you stories. You know I love me a good story. So stories of transformation to through routines, right? Let's take a moment to share some real life stories and about the transformation powers of routines. Of course, names were changed to protect people identities, which I will always do. If you want to send me a story, I would love to incorporate those. You know, I love a good story. If you want me to share your name, I will. But if not, I will give you a new name. All right, so let's talk about Emily's transformation. Emily was struggling with anxiety and feeling overwhelmed by her job. We have been there, right? She started a simple morning routine of 15 minutes of yoga, following a few simple minutes of journaling her thoughts, which those are helpful to realize why you're struggling with your job, right? Why you're struggling with those goals and those thoughts and dreams and so forth. This small change gave her a sense of control over her day, helping her reduce those feeling of anxiety, and to improve her focus at work. So guess what? Struggling at work, implement 15 minutes of exercise. Okay, 15 minutes of prayer, 15 minutes of journaling, 15 minutes of just sitting down quiet, looking at the wall, if that's what you have to do, right? And now let's talk about David's success story. So David wanted to write a novel, but found it hard to stay disciplined, right? Guess what? I'm also a publisher, so I encounter that a lot with my writers, right? He committed to writing for just 20 minutes every morning before work. Over time, this daily routine helped him develop the habit of writing consistently, y'all, even when he's off. And he eventually completed his first draft. I can't tell you who David is, but if you follow Legacy Publication, you'll see the novel coming out. It'll be coming out soon. Hint, hint. All right, now let's talk about how you put it all together in your life. How can you start using these daily routines, to achieve your own goal? Begin by reflecting on your current habits. What are you doing? What habits do you have? We all have habits, whether it's good habits or bad habits, right? Whether it's habits that help us grow or habits that keep us from growing, we all have them. What is working for you? What is not working for you? Identify areas where you can make small changes to create a more supportive routine. I am a coffee lover, y'all. Coffee drinker, okay? But I always wanted to change up my routine. I feel like sometimes I drink the coffee just for the sake of drinking the coffee, right? Because it's a habit by now. So I have to drink the coffee and my body wants the coffee. But is that what I desire to drink? So I made one simple tweak. Let me switch the coffee with some orange juice with some ginger in it. Y'all don't judge me. I love it. Absolutely delicious. You have to try it before you knock it, okay? And I realized that, man, I feel so much more energized. It gives me a boost that I didn't get from the coffee, right? Listen, I didn't say I stopped drinking coffee, but I'm switching it up where it's not 7 days a week, right? After working out, right? The days when I go for lifting weights, strength training, or long runs, am I drinking a green smoothie? Am I drinking a protein shake, right? And it helps to change up the routines. What's working for me? Those gave me more energy than drinking the coffee. Because at this point, when you drink coffee as much as I do, if you're a coffee drinker, you realize that coffee really don't give you energy. At this point, it's just routine, right? A part of the routine. That little anchor that okay, I start my day with coffee and that's that. Okay? So identify what's working for you and what's not. And when you identify the areas where you can make changes, make small changes, right? Create a more supportive routine. And that's what I did by just substituting 1 day at a time, and did that consistently, right? Just 1 day and rotate between what I drink until I can really effectively do that, right? And till I can do more days, right? So remember, in everything that you're doing, the journey to success is a marathon, not a sprint. Take it from me. Okay, I had to learn. Your routine should be a source of support and empowerment, not a rigid schedule that adds stress. Your routine shouldn't stress you out. If your routine stresses you out, guess what? That is not your routine. That is somebody else's routine that you're trying to fit yourself into. Don't. Keep trying new things. Experiment. Stay flexible. And you know what? Celebrate your progress along the way, every step of the way. If your goal is to start exercising and you exercise one day in that week, celebrate as if you exercise every day in that week. Trust me, your brain will thank you for it. We're going to talk about some intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, and you'll see why celebrating your wins, whether it's big or small, is so powerful, okay? Now, we are at the end. I know you don't want me to go. I don't want to go either. So as we wrap up today's episode, I hope you feel inspired, pumped up, okay, fired up to harness the power of routines in your own life. Remember, the path to achieving your goal is built one small step at a time, consistent step at a time. By creating routines that align with your aspirations, you can set yourself up for long-term success and fulfillment. So thank you so much for tuning in to Empowerment Echoes. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends and leave a review. And guess what? Don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. You know you don't want to miss these episodes because I like hearing from y'all. Until next time, keep shining and stay empowered. Thank you for listening to Empowerment Echoes with Shanie Salmon Godfrey. For more insights and inspiration, follow us on social media and check out our website at www.empowermentechoes.com. Have a blessed day.
Thank you for tuning into Empowerment Echoes, where every story shared is a ripple in the vast ocean of our collective consciousness. It's been an incredible journey today, and I hope you carry forward the echoes of empowerment we've shared. Remember, transformation begins with the smallest whisper and grows into a chorus of change. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube to continue the conversation and become part of our community. Join our Facebook group at Empowerment Echoes Hub. Until next time, let the echoes of empowerment resonate within you, inspiring change in your life and in the world around us.